Hi, this is Linda Helgeson with Sweet Aria Decor. Welcome everybody. I'm Linda Helgeson with Sweet Aria Decor.
And I'm Aria.
Of Sweet Aria Decor. Oh, right. You are a funny kiddo. All right.
I am funny.
You are. So tonight Aria is going to help Mommy make a St. Patrick's Day wreath. We're going to do a green mesh wreath with some coordinating ribbons. And it's going to also have a black and white buffalo check pattern. So it's going to use this sign that says lucky. And I am lucky because I have you. Okay, don't touch my phone, girl.
I'm being funny.
No, don't be funny. Alrighty. Okay, so tonight I am not actually working with the pre-made wreath form. What I'm going to do is, you can see I've already started doing this. This is a wreath form. It's 14 inches. Got it from Dollar Tree for $1. Can't go wrong. Dollar Tree. Love it. Spend more than $1. That's for sure. How do you drop $70 at a Dollar Tree? Very easily. But you have been there. So what I do sometimes, if I don't have the right size or I don't have the right color work frame, I will take these chenille stems. Now these are also ones that I got at Dollar Tree. Plug. And I can wrap them around here. So what I do is I put it through the middle, bring it around to the front, kind of bring it around the other side. So it kind of wraps around both, so it comes through the back, goes through again, and then I bring it up to the top, and then I just twist it once. So it gives me these nice pliable chenille stems that I can use to tie. On the inside of this particular frame, there's 6 of them. So then on the outside, you don't want to put the same one at the same place, because otherwise then your ribbon ties are going to end up in the exact same spot, and it's going to look funny. So you want to spread that out. So I've seen best practices are to space them roughly about every 5 inches. So I have 6 on the inside and I have 9 on the outside. So I have a total of 15 of these. All right. So I pre-cut everything tonight. So hopefully this should go pretty quickly. So what I am going to use as a base is, and I piled other stuff on top of it, is green mesh. And you'll notice that there's 2 rolls because I try to use up what I have off of one. So I'll show you kind of how I will make it look as seamless as possible when I switch rolls. So I'm going to start with this one because I think this one looks in better shape. And then I take you need a couple zip ties, so I'm going to pull these out. Love my zip ties. Yeah. So I'm going to use the poof method first, and then I'm going to put some black and white ruffles across it. So I take my mesh, kind of gather it together, and I like to secure it to the frame with the zip tie. So I want this to be nice and flat, so I'm going to cut this. No, you are not using those sharp scissors. Give it a few years. All right, I'm going to dump that in my garbage box. Okay, so then I take what I've started is the little poof. It kind of makes like, if you look at it this way, it makes like a little cape. Here, I'll show you. Can you back up so I can see the phone, Aria? I'll zoom in. Makes like a little cape.
I want to have the cape on me.
No, it's not the kind of cape you're going to use. It snags everything. It'll snag your shirt. You won't be happy, trust me. Okay, move your hand, honey. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go and attach this starting with the inside ring. So I'm going to start just before one of these open ties. I'm going to put it through, and then I'm going to start it roughly right about here. So I'm going to take the zip tie. Some people start with just by making a bubble, a poof, and just kind of coming back over it. And they don't use the zip ties. I like to, just because if somebody accidentally opens up a zip tie and wants to, mess around with it or try to change it, I don't want it to suddenly start falling apart on them. So trying to make these as sturdy as possible. Okay, so you will. This is just not the time where you can help right now, but your time is a-coming, madam, I promise. Okay. So you can see here's the tie, and then here's the mesh coming right through the tie. So for right now, I'm going to close off the tie just lightly, just a little twist, because we're going to have to open all of these up later and put in our ribbon tails. So I'm going to drop the rest of this mesh onto the floor. Bye, mesh. And I'm going to do bubbles. I'd say this is probably about like a 10-inch gathering of mesh. And like every 10 inches or so, I'm going to attach it to the next set. And then I put my hand back there. I like to poof it out. And I like to see, does this look too big? Is it too curvilicious? Is it too bubbly? We will see. So, and there we go. I'm going to go now, make another 10-inch. Go to the next one. This one can afford to be a little bit more poofy because I'm going to be putting some ruffles in. I seem to have lost my assistant. Yeah. Her attention goes elsewhere very quickly when there isn't anything directly for her to do. So I'm sure she will come back on later to say hello. Okay. Do another poofy poof here. Now this one looks kind of big. I think I mismeasured, so I'm going to make that one a little smaller. That's why I love these twist ties, or the chenille stems, because they come undone very easily. They don't snag too much. If you're using a heavier quality mesh, I would advise not using the chenille stems from the Dollar Tree, just because they are a little bit thinner. But if it's like a lighter weight mesh and you're not putting too much strain on it, then that should be just fine. These ones in particular are metallic because it kind of matches the metallic lines that you can see, and they're in the mesh when you zoom in real close. But sometimes if I'm making something like with the burlap or more of a natural fabric and feel, I would not want to use metallic, just because if you see it, it pops out to say hi when you don't want it to. Kind of like a pimple at the worst time. Alrighty. Well, thanks for joining me tonight as I do this, because it's a fun Saturday night here in the Helgeson household. We are getting some snow. Why is it that every time I finish shoveling, and I don't shovel very often, believe me, it snows. Like, man. Okay, so we've almost gone through the first ring. I'm coming down to my you can see, come through.
Can I try tying one?
The next one has that. So this was the first one. I have to open this one up because that's where I'm going to connect. This last one on the first ring is going to sit right in there. Okay, take these two ties. Okay, Aria, take the two ties and then pull them together and twist them. No, not too tight, not too tight. You don't want to break the wire. Very good. You just made a poof.
I want to make some more poofs.
If you want to make more poofs, then you should eat more fiber. Ha, sorry, it's a bad joke. Yeah. All right, so now I'm going to move down from the inside ring. Now I'm going to go to the outside ring. There is one right down here. I don't really want to go straight down because then you end up with a weird looking bubble. I go to the next one that's over because once I come around, then I can finish under there and it looks a bit more seamless. So the outside poofs are still probably going to be very similar to 10-inch poofs, maybe a little bit larger. It all depends how I have spaced my stems. So as you can see now, we've gone from the inside and that we're starting here on the outside, and it kind of makes a nice gradual transition. All right, just a few more to go, and then we get to start doing the fun stuff, which is putting on the ribbon. And
Can I hand you the stuff?
You can hand me the stuff, sure. And then we'll put on the sign, and then I am going to make the bow last. And then after the bow, we are going to have Miss Gigi make an appearance. I talked with her people, and they said, okay, she can make a brief appearance. So Joe is sitting with her right now. Otherwise, you'd be hearing her. She barks like nonstop if I'm not in the same room.
And I yell, don't forget that.
Yes, and then Arya yells, and the dog is barking, and it's audio chaos at its worst. So, all right. Oh, and then we have to put on our ruffles, too. Definitely can't forget our ruffles.
Ruffles? Where are the ruffles when you don't have a dress?
Funny. I will show you what those ruffles are going to look like, little miss. All right. Going around. And I'm starting to come toward the end of what's on the roll. So I think I have about maybe 1 or 2 poufs left to go. And then I'll have to switch to the other roll. And it's going to be very simple, kind of like what I did before with using the zip ties. It's kind of like an over-under method. There we go. That way you can't even tell, but you don't want to have a whole bunch of rolls of mesh where it's half used, because then it just kind of sits around and you feel guilty. You don't want to throw it away, but you can't really use it for much, and then it just sits around and it snags on your clothes, and then you just get really angry and frustrated with it, and then eventually you do just throw it away. So save yourself the aggravation and use it
Use the
or toss
toilet
it.
paper.
No, that's not what this is for. Don't talk like that.
Sorry, I'm just being funny.
That's not funny.
Sorry.
Okay, maybe it was a little bit. Okay, so I am putting in the last poof on this side. So you can see I got this last poof, and then I have this funky little curl, right? So I'm going to trim this. Leave it about like 1.5 inches, 2 inches. Trim it. Toss that. I'm going to take my zip tie. And I'm going to do what I did when I started the wreath. So I'm going to put it, zip tie it here. So I've now secured the end of the first roll.
Cool.
But we're not done, right? Because, like, look at this. It's like half done. No, we got to keep going. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4 more poofs to go.
4 more weeks. That sounds like 4 more weeks.
No. All right, so I'm going to start with the second roll and do what I did before. Drop it on the floor. I gather it all together. I make a nice smooth cut right across. All right. Toss the rest in my trusty Amazon garbage box. So then I flip the wreath over. You can see this is where the other roll ended. I'm going to start this roll, and I'm going to do it right before the chenille stem where this one is attached. So you've got one zip tie that comes after the chenille stem attachment, and then one that's going to come before. So I'll just put that around there. Aria, stop humming, please. Thank you. A little hummingbird in here. And then I'm going to snip off the end of the zip tie. Toss that one away. Found a stray little string. You'll find these everywhere. All right, and then I'll flip it over. And you can see that it looks like we're kind of ready to keep continuing. So I'm going to open that last chenille stem back up. I'm going to take this mesh, and I'm going to make sure that the back of that chenille stem goes through the back so that both pieces of both rolls are within the same chenille stem, and then just twist it. And here's what you end up like. And I will show you. We'll zoom in on that. So you can see that's the new roll, that's the old roll, and that's the chenille stem right in the middle. All right, let's finish our twists. Go back out. This will be fun. Finishing up our twists here. And then you are going to hand me the ruffles.
Where are the ruffles?
They are in the chair that's right next to you. Pre-cut. All right. Move my roll.
Should I?
The other
Only
way.
one?
Not yet. Not yet. Just wait. All right.
We need lots of ruffles.
Yes, we do.
Okay, here you go.
I didn't say yet. Hold on. Jump in the gun there. Jump in the gun.
Don't say that.
Oh, you're right. I shouldn't talk. You're right. You're early. Hold on. I want to make this poof a little bit bigger. Okay, and then I'm coming into one of my last ones. So I'm going to put on the last one, and then I'll show you how to end it. Sometimes it all really depends where you end it, at least for me, is where the poof that came down from the first row, if that completely covers where this is at, then I wouldn't need to keep going. So you can see here, this is where I just ended, and this is where that poof came from the row before. So this is our swoop down. And if I kind of hold the end of the mesh roll back and look at it like this, you can see that there's really not much overlap here, that it looks okay, and I wouldn't need to add another poof. If I did add another poof, it would end up like coming around like this, and then it kind of looks like almost too weird, like you've got a double poof going on. So I don't think we're going to do that, especially because we're going to be putting in ruffles, and that's going to help hide a lot of this anyway. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take my last zip tie. I am going to pull it through, zip this baby together, zip. You can actually hear it, see? Zip, zip. Makes a sound. I'm going to trim that. And then I'm just going to trim this right here, about an inch or so. All right, and here we go.
Mush time.
There. Wait.
Or should I take that one?
I like to kind of clean up some of the stuff that I can after I finish this step, only because I don't like dragging stuff all over, but I also don't like wearing this stuff around the house. You know, like...
Arya's got it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so you can see this is our finished little poof wreath, and this is really lightweight mesh. It's lightweight attachments. So right now this is a pretty light wreath. It's kind of like a little green mesh pizza. So put that down. Okay, I need you now for ruffles.
Oh, right, the ruffles.
Here comes ruffle time. Okay, so I'm going to try to put these ruffles in every other bunch because I don't want the black and white to be too overwhelming. So what I'm going to do, one at a time. Stop, Arya. Stop.
Okay.
Stop
pushing me. You're pushing me though.
I don't have a lot of room to work with. I'm a wide gal. So I can either put it on the table, but sometimes I like to use what nature gave me as kind of a shelf and kind of work against that. So I take the ends, wrap them around here, and then I kind of curl the ends in a little bit. See, kind of like come in, make little curls. And then I bunch it all up together toward the middle. So it makes cute little ruffly. Everybody likes their little ruffly. And I'm going to start by putting one in the inside, and then I'll do every other one. So I open up the stem, I put in the mesh, and then I unwrap it. All right, wrap it back up. And there you can see, it is all nice and cute. Okay, Miss Ruffle, if you please.
Hey.
Lisa! Hi, Lisa. How's it going? Say hi to Jackson for me. Okay, here we go. Rolling it in. All right, scooching it all together. Making our fun little ruffle. Finding an extra little piece. That probably would have ended up in my bathroom or something later, so I'm glad I found it now. Okay, and I put that ruffle in. Go right around. So, Aria, how was your week?
It was good.
What was the best part of your week? Tell everybody.
The about yesterday that Ashley came over to sleep over with my brother.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get this.
Okay,
One more. One more.
Okay, I'll choose.
How is second grade going?
It's good.
Uh-oh. I know. This kind of sticks together. Let Mama help you. There we go. All right. Oh. No.
That's what you get for doing it in my hair.
It's not the kind of hat you want to wear. It's gonna end up getting all tangled up in your hair, and that's gonna stink. All right. It's got another ruffle. There's a ruffle in. Sometimes the ends stick to each other. That's not too fun. Okay, get me another ruffle, girl. We are on a roll. It's a ruffle roll. Okay, so I have 3 on the inside. Now I'm going to move to the outside.
When are we done making this wreath?
We're done when we're done. I can't find the end of the chenille stem. There we go. That's the problem when you're working with tone on tone. Sometimes.
You said half an hour.
Roughly. Do you have a hot date?
No, it's
You don't. You don't have a date?
Stop saying
It's Saturday night.
I don't care. I don't have any.
Yeah.
Hey.
We used to watch Marvel movies with Daddy on Saturday night, so it's nice to have something to occupy us. We won't talk about it. It's okay. It's okay. But now I was watching HGTV like all day, like literally all day, because I was tired. Didn't feel like moving.
Mommy, thanks for not waking me up while you went downstairs. I thought you were guys in the bathroom changing this morning.
No, I was not. We were having some repairs done to the downstairs bathroom. So that's why Mommy got to get up really early. You know what? I'm not really sure that that's where I want to... Well, yeah, I guess. All right, we're going to put another ruffle here. Ruffle girl.
Rubber girl on the roll.
All right, ruffle girl. Thank you.
I'm ready when you ever need another one.
All right. Get one ready. I'm going into super ruffle mode. Here we go now. I have an exciting day planned for tomorrow. I have some General Hospital to catch up on. Hey, priorities, man. Priorities.
And I want to play tomorrow.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose, you know, it's a day off of school. You might as well go and play, have some fun.
Stay up
Okay.
late until midnight.
Midnight.
I stay up until midnight tonight. Let's do it.
Yeah,
What?
right.
Mom!
I'll be done by like 9:30.
Wait, for
Okay.
real?
No. Here. All right. Here we go. All right. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Get that mesher rolling. Well, somebody has a birthday coming up soon. Aria is going to be 8 in just a few days. How many days? If today is the 30th and you were born on February 13th, how many more days to your birthday? A couple. That's a scientific method. Yeah, that's how I measure things too. I'm not good with math. Okay, one more ruffle. I need another ruffle. Give me a ruffle. Here.
Let Arya do it.
Okay, hand me that one. Sometime today. Today. Okay, I'm going to move forward then. If you're okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, this one's practically pre-rolled. Nice. All right. Unroll it. And these are cut at 14-inch lengths. I may play around with trying to cut them a little bit longer, but I didn't want this one to be too poofy. You know, nothing wrong with the ruffle wreath being a little full, you know. Fat-bottomed wreaths make the rockin' world go round. All right, and I think I'm probably going to need, well, you know what? No, because I think, so I ended where I still have 2 open ones, right? So I could put a ruffle here, but then I have 2 next to each other. So what I'll probably do is have the sign come along here or the bow, and then that way you can't tell that there's not a ruffle there. but I do have other ones to add should we need to. Okay, so now, if it snags, and this particular buffalo check mesh has like this white, it's like a cotton fiber stuff inside it. No, it's not cotton candy. It doesn't taste like that for sure. This was from Hobby Lobby, and it's okay, but I think this particular kind of stuff snags a little bit on me, so I do like the mesh from Joann that has this type of print, but when I got it for Christmas a couple years ago, it wasn't really white. It was more like an off-white with the black. So,
plus this Christmas was so fun.
Was
I
it?
really got American Girl doll school, which I've been asking
Yes.
for.
You did. Okay, so now
I'm hanging up in my bedroom under my big loft bed.
okay, so this is our wreath right now. We are going to now start adding in our ribbon tails.
So can I grab the ribbon?
Hi, Jenny. Thank you for joining us on this lovely evening. I pre-cut these, so people don't have to watch me cut these and take 20 minutes to do that. So I'm going to put the wreath aside for just a minute and show you the different patterns I've got here.
Mom.
Here. It's a hat.
Ah.
No, it's not a hat.
Hey, give me my hat back.
No. Okay.
It's my hat.
So these are the different pattern ribbons that I have cut. I've cut these to 14-inch lengths. And then I have dovetailed all the ends. So I have 4 types of ribbon here. If I'd had a better black and white print, I probably would have done another or a green print in a 1.5 inch, but I didn't. So I'm going to have 2 that are 2.5 and then buddy up a 2.5 and a 1.5. So I'm choosing to kind of go with this pattern together and this pattern together. I have plenty of ribbon reserved to make the bow afterwards. I am also going to have 2 different type of mesh tubing. I had these pre-cut actually left over from Christmas. So one of these, if I can zoom in please. This is a black and white, it's not really a stripe. It's kind of looks like a little bit of a plaid. And then just a solid green. I think this probably came from Dollar Tree. This came from Craft Outlet. All right. So we are going to start putting the ribbons on our wreath. All right. Aria, I'm going to need you to scoot over just a smidge. And let's not knock the laptop over. That would be a disaster. All right. I have to get a better charger for my tablet so I don't have to have the computer there. So what I do is I'm going to take out of this set here. I kind of like to, I curl them and keep them together. That way it's easier to grab one from the inside, one from the outside. So I'm going to grab one from here and one from here. I stack them on top of each other. So you can see they're stacked. Oops. Sorry, babies. Sorry, pretties. And yeah, just like that. Stack them just like this. I fold them in half because this is a nice way to see where the center is. Make a nice crease. Undo it. And a pinch it. Pinchy, pinchy. All right, and then I am going to figure out where to start this. Now, because this is a buffalo check pattern already, I don't want it to get lost inside where I have the ruffles. So I'm going to put these in the spots where there is not a ruffle. That way it can pick up that pattern on its own and not be overwhelming. So I'm going to put that in there. But then because I have a green ribbon on the top, this is the spot. Nope. No. This kid loves to run off with my tubing, and I find it all over the house. Don't touch my tubing, girl. Do not touch my tubing. You can take the car, you can take the computer, you can take the house. Don't touch my tubing.
I already did.
Nice. So I take this. I kind of make like a, it's like an O, like a little fishy. Then I bring the center in and just pinch it. So it makes a cute little bow tie. Aria, if you're going to do that, you can go.
I was making fish stands too.
And I'm going to put that here in the center of where I'm putting the ribbon. Next time I'll have the camera over my shoulder. You can see better. And I twist it so you can see that. So I have my ribbons, I have the tubing, and then I have the chenille stems. Now the question is, what do you do with these chenille stems? If it were a work wreath that had the nicer, thicker stems, then that would be fine. I could just leave those sticking out. But these look kind of puny and pathetic compared to the rest of it. So I'm going to take this and just wrap it back around so both ends are behind the wreath. And then I'll just twist them together and wrap it around. Aria, please stop that. Thank you. So I'm going to flip it over. So I just bring it around both ends here. You can see end one and end two. I'm just going to twist them together. And then I'll take the ends and try to wrap it around the rest of the wreath here. I could cut it, but I don't like to have sharp ends sticking out. I always try to make this where if somebody's grabbing it by the back, that they're not going to hurt themselves. And it also, I think, adds a more nice finished look. So once I have that back there, I take my ribbon and I'm going to fluff it out. So I'm going to take the ribbon and kind of drag my fingers along the wires to kind of help give it a curled shape. It's working the wire. And I'll do that on the other side. Zoop. And there we go. So then I put them on opposite ends so it makes like an X shape. Sometimes, like, this is what I do in the center. Now, when I'm working on the outside, they'll all be kind of more like a V shape because I don't want them really coming in. But because this is the inside ring, and you do see these a lot, I want to make sure that it fills up the center of the ring and looks nice. So now I'm going to rotate and go and open up a black and white ruffle. Oops. I knocked my stuff over. Okay, you need to scoot over. I need room to work, please. Thank you. And now I'm going to take the green shamrock shape, which is so cute. Got a little bit of glitter here on the little shamrocks. And a black and white, kind of like a various dot sizes. And I'm going to use that one. Fold it in half. No, Aria. That makes noise. Can you please go in another room if you're not going to help? I'm going to open that up, put that in here. And then this time I'm going to use a piece of green tubing. I don't like these funky ends. They look a little frayed. These look like my split ends on my hair that I haven't had cut in like a year. Lindsay girl, I know you feel my pain. So I'm going to make the fish again. Bring it in. Make a little bow. Okay. And then I'm going to twist it twice. Bring the ends of the chenille stems through the wreath frame. Pull it around to the back. Give it a little twisty-poo. And actually, at some point, I don't even have to look at it. I can just feel what I'm doing with it. But not this one. This one got kind of short. Where did it go? There we go. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next one after I fluff it. Okay, so here we go. Excellent. I'm excited tomorrow. I forgot that there's a new episode of WandaVision. I can't wait to watch that. It's gonna be exciting. I do miss having episodes of Mandalorian to watch, but that's okay. There's only like a year to go before the new series starts again, so it'll take a while. Aria, leave. Thank you.
Yes.
No, fine. You can take the end of the tube, but don't hit anybody with it. It's not a weapon.
It will be mine.
No, it is not going to be a weapon. Go put it away, please. Aria. All right. Got that in there. Again, black and white. Going through. I'm not going to put any other embellishments inside this wreath. Sometimes I'll take, if I've got like glittery stems or like I do have some glitter shamrocks. But because the sign is so simple and it's more of a matte look with the sign, it's not glittery itself, I'm probably not going to put any other embellishments on there. I think the colors are already busy enough, and I don't want to overdo a wreath. I mean, sometimes it's nice to go wild and you have like the really full, chunky wreaths that have a lot going on inside. Those are always really fascinating to look at. I love those. But sometimes you feel like a wreath just wants to be a bit more simple. And I think that's what this one wants to be. It speaks to me. It says, this is what I want to be. I want bling bling, or I want to just chill. And this is one that just wants to chill. All right. Moving around. Here we go again. Doing this, doing a nice little fold. Keep looking at my bad manicure. I keep wanting to try getting acrylics or some kind of tips put on, but I'm afraid that whatever I do with the wreaths would knock it right off. So, not really sure if I should do it or not. Maybe for my birthday, which is coming up in a few months. It's really difficult to be turning 29 again every year. It's a rough life. Thank God I'm bad with math, because if I really realized how old I'm going to be, I would probably be freaking out. All right. So we'll look at our progress here. What does it look like we're doing? We've got almost done with the inside ring. Sometimes people will put the sign on, then they put the bow on, and then they will put the ribbon tails in. But I had a feeling that this is going to be one that I knew I wanted to put tails in each one. So just went ahead and did it. All I do is end up losing, a ribbon or two at worst. But I don't want to have to put a bow on and be like, oh, I should have had ribbon tails behind it. So just kind of let that one do what it's going to do. All right. Where is my black and white babies? Got these little guys. All right. I got a new table this week. You'll notice this time I'm actually standing up instead of sitting down. Not really sure if I can continue it that way. My back is kind of killing me. But then it's a wider angle, and you see all the other stuff on the side. You can see my stairway, which we're going to have refinished. I'm getting hardwood floors refinished. These are original to our house. The house, we bought it in 2011. It was built in 2003, and it has seen some things, man. That floor has seen some things. So definitely have to get that stuff refinished. That's going to be exciting, though. Going to go with a little bit of a darker color, which I am very much looking forward to, because our trim is like a honey cinnamon, and our kitchen cabinets are kind of like a lighter, I don't know, like a golden kind of color. And I kind of want it all to blend a little bit better, so I'm going to be doing that. Getting some new countertops put in, all these things that I wanted to do for a while. I figure I might as well get it done before I end up going back to work, because I'm home now. So I can kind of keep an eye on things and make sure stuff gets done. And then when I go back to work, then I don't have to worry about it. Not that I want to go back to work. Like, who does, right? Like, if you do want to work, great. God love you. Have fun. I very much enjoy being home. However, it's just me now. So I'm going to go back to work. I'm a business analyst by day. So I basically, kind of like a detective, I figure out what is it that the stakeholder needs. And sometimes they'll come to you and say, I need this. But it's more like, well, you say you need this, but what's your actual need? So it's kind of like playing detective. Help them figure out what they like. Then I get to write it all down, track it, organize it. I'm a big tracker organizer. So I enjoy that. So right now I finished everything on the inside. Now I'm going to go to the outside, and I'm going to put these in a little bit differently. I'm going to put this one in. I am going to make these more of a V shape. So they won't actually come out like making the X, because we want to see as much of this as we can. So I will show you what that looks like. Aria's back playing with the mesh again like it's a sword. The tube. That is not a tube. Aria, you're going to end up knocking something over and then Mommy's going to get really ticked off. Can you stop that, please? Aria, you will not do any more of these with me if you don't listen.
I am.
All right. All right. Wind this around the back. So right now you can see it's making kind of a V shape on its own just because of how I put it in there. I'm not going to pull it out too much. I'm going to spread them out a little bit so you're able to see. And then it alternates. So we've got, you know, black and white and then the green and black and white and then the green. For a long time, I kind of made it look like an X as well. And then the problem is that sometimes you end up looking at the back of the ribbon instead of the front of it. So this is what it ends up looking like right here. Try to zoom in here. So you can see it is a nice little V shape. 1, 2, 3, 4 sticking out. And then that'll look really nice when it's up on the wall. So I'm going to keep going around.
There you go.
Now I'm at a ruffle, so I want this pattern. Not too many more, and then we will secure our sign. And then I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make a shorter bow or if I'm going to make a bow that has a lot of longer tails. I feel somebody poking at my butt. What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. I was just standing here.
Did you put a kick me sign on my bag?
Yes.
No, you didn't, because you can't spell kick me yet. Okay, so here I'm going 1. I'm going to go black, black, and green. Poof it out. And then work my ribbon so that it starts curling. Aria, that can be heard on the camera. Can you please stop doing that? As much as I enjoy your help, it's picking up a lot of background noise. Okay, thank you. All right, and that's what this one looks like. So I'm going to keep going around. Now I am at another green spot. I can't see. Right, here we go. One green. So we always like to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in this house because it is my stepdaughter Mackenzie's birthday and it is also my mother's birthday, which is why she's named Pat. Here we go. Aria, please stop. There are no zombies here. I don't know if you could pick that up, but she yelled zombie. There's no zombies here. I may feel like one because I was up at 7 o'clock this morning. Alrighty. Get that in there. Oh, look at me making a mess. Making a mess of my tails. Alright. Black and white, green. Black and white, and green. All right, fluffing around. I promise. Hang in there with me. Not too much more. Joe, the little one, is, I don't know. She's all over the place. She's here. She's not. She disappears. She apparates. She wears her invisibility cloak, and I don't know where she goes. I think she just came over by you. All right. Unless you were talking about the dog, in which case, I don't know. David, hello! Hello, my high school friend. It really depends on the charges for the wreath, how much the supplies were. When I put them on Etsy, I have to include shipping, but if it's something local, it's usually much less. So if there is something that you are interested in, let me know, because I always give my best deals to my friends and fellow former marching Mustangs. I wonder if any of my high school friends know, is Mr. Rosalieb still with us? Those were the best years, I tell you. You meet the best people in band. And despite what Hollywood makes it look like marching band geeks, we were cool in our own way. Like, marching with a bass clarinet is totally cool. Until you hit a pothole, and then you basically end up knocking out some of your teeth. End up with lifelong back problems. But, you know, that's okay. It was worth the experience. Our band got to go to Hawaii back in 87. Yeah, that was Christmas of 87. Oh, that was the best. That was the best trip, man. I felt like an adult. It's like, yeah, I'm in Hawaii. Woohoo! That was fun. We almost didn't get to go because I remember there was a football strike. And I was like, of all the years, are you kidding me? I joined marching band just because y'all were going to Hawaii. But I stayed in it. We had a lot of fun trips. Lifelong friends, Dina and Kelly and Lisa, and good times, good times. I hope Aria learns to play an instrument because I really hope that she gets to have those same kinds of experiences. But I also don't want to be the parent that's sitting there in the bleachers in the cold and in the rain. A lot of dedicated parents out there. When you do that with the band, man, you are in it. Okay. I realized in my talking here that I messed up. I grabbed the wrong ribbon bunch, so I have to move this one over. Which won't take me long. Almost done. And we'll get it working on our bow. I think I might do one with longer tails and kind of curl them under. Sometimes I will just dovetail them and have them hang a little bit lower, but I think this time I want to try something a little new. It all depends. Once I get the sign on, we'll see what the wreath tells me to do. It talks to me. But not really. It's not like actually talking to me. You don't need to call my therapist or anything. We're okay. Believe me, I talk to my therapist a lot as it is, so we're good. We're good. We are good. Oh yes, and Frozen in Philadelphia too. We were marching with one of the Philadelphia Thanksgiving Day parades, and I just remember, like, we practiced so hard, right? And then we get out there, and it was so cold, and all of our instruments froze. Like, literally, my mouth would froze to the clarinet. It was not a fun experience, that part, but the trip was. That's why I want her to have that same kind of fun. All right. I think I just have a few more to go. Aria, can you do me a favor? Hey, Mommy did something silly and I dumped a bunch of ribbon tails off the front of the table. Can you pick them up for me?
No, if you drop them, they're mine.
Oh, okay. Well, I need them back, please.
Can I always have this tube?
You can have a tubing when I am done and I know that I don't need any more.
I sure don't need it now.
Aria? If you don't help me, I'm going to start charging you rent. Here we go. All right. All right. Okay, Kay is on. Hello, Miss Kay.
Miss Kay? Who's that, Miss Kay?
She's watching the live. All right. Let me see. Got, I think, 2 or 3 more to go here. I may have to... Did I not cut enough? Or did I knock them over? Aria, are there ribbons over there?
Yes.
Can you hand them to me, please? Kinda need some.
What do you mean? They're over here.
All right, thank you. Keep tossing them over, girl. I'll
That's
pay you
it.
a quarter for each one you find. That was it?
Yes.
Huh. Looks like I'll have to cut another one. All right. Coming down to the line here. I think I got 2 left after this one. Boy, I really wish I'd done this sitting down. Ooh, my aching back. All right, twist around. Here we go. I don't know if anybody makes anything special other than corned beef for St. Patrick's Day, but last year, maybe it was the year before, we made homemade milkshakes with green food coloring, but cream de menthe. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, those were fantastic. If you can find a recipe for those, highly recommended. All right. Twist that.
Measure, cut, measure, snap.
All right, got a green one going in here. Measure once, cut twice. No, measure twice, cut once. Alrighty, pushing this through the back. All right. And then got my last ribbon tail. So this is exciting. We're here at the end. And I may end up fluffing these ribbons out more when I have a bit more time. So I ended up with 2 that were different partners. But I'm going to use it anyway. Because things don't need to be perfect. They just need to be fun. And I'll use my last black and white one. I use this with snowman themed stuff too for Christmas. It's my favorite. Aria. Hush, please. Oh, stuffed cabbage rolls for St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. Oh, my mom makes the best ones. They're so good. Though, I will tell you, I don't eat the cabbage. It gives it a good flavor, but like cabbage, it technically is like a vegetable. So that's a no can do for me.
3.5 plus 6 plus 7.
Aria, out. Thank you. Okay, so this is what it looks like with all the tails completed. Oh, got low battery on my phone. Low battery, ah. All right, so I'm going to figure out now where I want the sign. I think probably right around here. So this sign already has a little burlap thing attached. I could staple some stuff to the back, but I like my signs to have a little bit of movement too. I don't want them to be stuck in there so that they never move. So I'm going to try to take that string and find where I can attach it. Here we go. So I'm going to attach it in the wreath. There we go. Zip tie's high. So I got my zip tie. So I've pulled it through the back. And I've put it, it's right before one of these bars that goes across to hold everything there. So I'm going to put this there. Aria, we can still hear you. I hope she's doing math. I hope she's learning math. She's been giving herself practice math. Doing math for fun. That's something that her dad did. It's nice to see that tradition continues. All right, so that ends up hanging like that, which I think looks pretty good. What I want to do is make sure that it's not squishing any ribbons, so I'll pull some of the ribbon tails through, so that way it blends, and you really don't ever end up seeing the string. There's lots of different ways to hide it, so I don't like when the string is visible. So if I did something like this, there we go. Then we have the sign there. So I think I'm going to go for putting a bow right over on the side here. So I'm going to set the wreath down. And I'm going to use my Deluxe Easy Bow Maker. And I've got all 4 spools of ribbon that I used. So I'm going to use my black one last because that's the thinnest and that'll be on the top. I'm going to make my tails longer, and I think I'm going to have them hang down. I can always trim them later if I feel they're too long. So I have 2 greens and a black. I'm going to probably start then with a green in the back. And I realized what I don't have. But here we go. I like to take my wire, cut a long enough wire that it's going to be able to go around the back of the wreath. So trim this right about here. That's good. I don't have green with me. I probably should have used green, but silver will do. So I've got, this is probably, about 20 inches long. It's probably a little too long, but I'd rather err on the side of caution. So I put it right through here, these 2 pegs. So it's kind of going vertical through. And then I can, one at the top, one at the bottom. Put my ribbon right on the end here. Make sure you can see. And my trusty scissors. And I'm going to start with this one, and I'm going to leave, this is probably, again, like a 20-inch tail. I'm going to feed that through. Okay, so you can see now it's patterned and patterned. Well, I don't want to see that side. What I want to do is twist it so that you see the flat back. So now you see the back of the ribbon and then the front color of the tail. So I'm going to bring this over, feed it through, and this is probably about, I'm going to have a 6-inch loop. And it's marked right on there, so I have a 6-inch. Again, twist it. Having a nice, good, solid twist is the key. Come back out 6 inches again. There we go. Twist it again. Twist it again. So now I'm going on my 4th loop. And I think that's probably good for now. You can move these and kind of shape it so you can see how it's actually going to lay in your ribbon. So this is upside down for you, but you can see that it's movable. And I'm going to leave about the same length at the end of that one. Okay, so that's the base layer. All right, now I'm going to come in with our buffalo check layer. So this one I'll probably have maybe an 18-inch tail. I'll come in, and this will probably be about 5.5. I want each layer to be progressively a little bit smaller. Doesn't have to be a full inch, but and then twist it. This is Value Christmas ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and I like this buffalo check pattern. It's good value, but it's a thinner ribbon, so I prefer ribbon to be a little bit stiffer if I'm gonna be trying to make it go certain ways. So, well, it's good value. Sometimes it just needs to be a little bit stiffer. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. So I'm going to put 6 in on this one because I want to make sure I pick up the black and white pattern. All right. So then this is going to be good for that. Okay. And as soon as we're done here, I will let you meet Gigi Ruffington. Okay, so now I'm done. This black is done. I got this green. Hey, Aria, want to do me a favor?
What?
Can you bring me a phone cord from my office?
No.
Okay, thanks. This one will probably be maybe like a 16. And this one I'll probably have coming in at around 5 inches. Loop and twist, loop and twist. Getting a little loopy here on a Saturday night, right? Loop and twist, loop and twist. Okay, cut that off about there. Let's see if I'm going to dovetail this one. Okay, done with the green, and then last we're going to put just a couple loops in of the 1.5 inch black and white. There. Okay, and these will probably be, I'd say 4.5 inch. Two, 3, 4. Aria, can you please stop? We can hear that. Thanks. Oi. Okay. So now this one I'm going to finish off with 5 and then a little bubble in the middle. And I don't actually like that. Oh, let me see where this one goes. Sometimes you can just decide, yeah, that one's too long, and then you can still fix it while it's in here. So let's see what we got going. 1, 2, 3. Pull this up a little bit more. 5, 6. All right. Then I'm going to put a little tiny one in the center, just because I like to have a pretty little center of the bow. Okay, and that's going to be it. So I'm going to cut that. So we are done with all of our ribbons. And now this is what it looks like on the spool, on the maker. I'm going to find my wires, pull it down, and then pull it up so it goes right through the center, separate it a little bit. Kind of cross them and kind of pull down a little bit. Give it a twist just so I can pick it up in one piece. So it's all one piece, but I like to kind of like squish it down, hold it with my fingers, and I move the wire to the back because that's where I want the wire to kind of be secured and wrap around itself. So I pull, go with my wires, and I twist the bow. And the tighter you can get it, the more it kind of like pops up a little bit on your bow. So this is kind of what it looks like, flattened. You can see it's a little flat. Let's fluff it. Aria, can you please get me my phone charger? My phone is going to die. There is a white cord in my office, which would be awesome. You could get that for me. Okay, so I just take my fingers in here and bring them through the bows and kind of... You can't? Okay, thank you for trying. Okay, so this is what our bow looks like right now. All right, it's nice and cute. I am going to move this to the side. Now I'm going to attach this to the wreath. So I'm going to come in here and figure out probably the placement looks best. Say right around here. So I'm going to take both my wires, separate them. I kind of find where I think looks best. I try to put it behind the ribbons so that the tails that are there still do pop out. All right, I think I've got a good spot. Bringing it around. All right. Wrapping it around here. And I like to trim off some of the excess wire. Alright, and then make sure I wrap the ends of the wire around something so nobody gets hurt. Alright. Fluff it up again. Alright, so this is where I'm going to take my ribbons and pull these out so they start curling under. Go. 10% battery left. I think I can make it. I can make it. It's like speed. If my power drops below 55, the live will blow up. No. Okay. I want to figure out what to do with my ends. I've only dovetailed one of these. So these are kind of flat still. I think I'm probably going to want to, let me see. Yeah, maybe I'll try to roll these up. Let's see what it looks like if I roll up the ends on some of these. Like that, and I'll roll up the ends on the black and white. I think we can do a mix of both rolling and having dovetails. And of course I can always shorten the dovetails. Nothing saying I can't. Come on. There. Last one to go. Alright, let's take a look at that right now. These are cute. These are all curled. Looking nice, but then these are kind of longer, so I think maybe I'll shorten, or maybe not. I'm going to think about it. But anyway, this is what your completed wreath would look like. Only takes a little while. Just something fun to do on a Saturday night. So, this has been awesome. Let me go get Princess Gigi. I will leave you here for a moment. Please hold. Your viewership is very important to us. Let me go get the dog. Go to get the dog. Go to get the dog. All right, go on your plate.
Hey guys, so I'm Aria, and I would like to tell you about how I really like myself. So first, if you guys know, I am almost 8, and I really like food really much, and I also like stuff and toys, and I also like my school.
This is Princess Gigi Ruffington. She is our Maltese puppy. She's Maltese.
She is so adorable.
She is adorable. Look at her licking you. Oh. So you probably will hear her barking in a lot of our lives. Tonight, Joe is watching her because he's lovely and kind. But she's got to stop barking so much. It's driving me nuts. But how could you not love a face like this? Like, look at the face. Like,
if you want to buy her.
Gigi, look. No. How could you not love a face like that? Gigi, look. Say hi. Say hi. Gigi, say hi.
Just bark at the camera, for goodness sake, please.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great week coming up ahead. Stay warm if you live in the Chicago area. And we will see you soon.
Bye, guys. We'll see you soon for